Worry in your mind, fear is how it starts. Unsure of what you'll find, it could tear you apart. You take a leap of chance, you break your mother's oath now. Macabre is the dance, and set free are the ghosts. Will the card save us here? Will it spell out our dooms? Only one thing is clear, we face fears and fortunes. Fears and fortunes, the cards don't ever lie. There's only 14 ghosts, but a million ways to die.
Hello! We are here and live for episode 6 of Fears and Fortunes. Thank you all for tuning in. We have an amazing show for you today, but I do have some announcements to go into first. The first and foremost thing is, how did you like that intro song? Because did you know that it is actually a Crit Award winning, or Crit Award hopefully winning, nominated song?
That's manifestation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nominated for Best Lyrical Song of the Year. Thank you so much to Emily for her work on that song. Myself and my friend Bijan wrote the lyrics, but Emily did all the work on that. And yeah, to have that up there next to people like, Ghostlight G and Arcane Anthems means absolutely the world to us. So yeah, and we've been nominated for other things too. Did you know one person here was nominated for Best D&D Player? That's
the GOAT.
Meadow, you absolutely have been slaying it as Sly, and you do so much to carry the show. We all love you, and we honestly
you.
all hope you win.
I love you.
Sign
my cast.
Sign my firstborn. Sign my firstborn.
Yeah. Sign the firstborn. Anyway, we also have been nominated for Best Series. That's for this series you're watching right now, Fears and Fortunes. And it's up there with some pretty great people like Fallout, The Garden of Adam, which I've heard a little bit about. And yeah, it's just awesome to be nominated. We're hoping we win, but even if we don't, it's just so awesome to be nominated. The one I'm hoping we most win, because I think it's so true, is Best Upcoming Twitch Channel. So these are for Twitch channels that have been around for 2 years or less. We only started in November. We didn't stream anything before November. So it has been a wild 6 to 8 months. So yeah, it's been freaking awesome. And I have so much that I'm excited for in the future. And we thank you all for supporting us. And for those of us, those out there who nominated us, if you really like us and you want to help us win one of these awesome awards, all you need to do is go to this QR code. Just scan this on your phone, take a screenshot if you're watching on your phone. This QR code will take you to the page where you vote. And yeah, give us a vote. These are the categories that we are nominated for once again. And it's been so awesome to receive this recognition from so many people. And yeah, we are also responding to some of the stuff. For example, we are trying to get our intro song onto Spotify. We are working on that, so that way people who really like it can listen to it more. And yeah, that's everything for the Crit Awards. I'm just, again, congrats Meadow, and congrats everybody here for the nomination. And yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully we win.
And just to be around in this category of all of these amazing people, is so cool too.
Seriously,
look at us, proud of us as a group.
I also want to give a shout out to I want to give a shout out to some of the comments we've been getting. This one in particular, I talked about it on Sunday, but Spider and Mosquito wrote this algorithm boosting comment, wrote this on like 8 different videos of ours, including episodes of Fears of Fortunes and Defenders of Phandelver. Hey, thank you. Kind of weird to post that so many times, but you know what? I appreciate it. I see what you're trying to do. And we appreciate all the comments we get. So I want to give some highlights to those as we get them. We really appreciate it. And we got a really nice comment as well from Haru Tetsuya. Came across your video while I was looking for something new to watch after class. Firstly, I have to say I love the intro, especially the drawings on the cards at 327. Those are made by Crisby, as well as Tudor Art, I believe is the other one. And we actually have a new artist who's finishing the last 2 cards of our tarot cards. But yeah, they like the character art. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Character art's by Karis Alexandra, who is a huge fan of this show. So much of a fan,
and we're huge fans of her.
That she draws fan art of us, which we have a new piece of fan art today.
What? No, what?
That they just drew because they just felt like it.
Please
stop. I think this might have been from the fight between Zoraius and Aaren.
Oh, I know what this is from. This is right before we went up to the island when I used my mirthful leaps and then dropped the gravity rock.
You're right. Actually, yeah. Oh my god, that's a good eye. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Let's go.
Incredible as always. Incredible.
So pretty. Oh my god.
Very, very cool.
Oh my god.
I love him.
I will send this to you, James, so you can use it as your phone wallpaper.
Thank you, Queen.
For those,
thank you so much, Queen. We love you.
Yeah, we've been getting so much awesome stuff. She also, I'm just shouting this out for people who don't watch on Sundays our Phandelver show. She also did this amazing piece, which absolutely slays, of Navarra, one of the characters from Phandelver.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The player for this one.
I'm on my knees begging.
Made it into her phone wallpaper. So yeah. Just a
I'm
small
glad
shout out
see
for the awesome people over on our Phandelver campaign, which happens on Sundays. And yeah, that's about it on terms of announcements. Of course, if you're watching this, it's all because of Forgotten Adventures, who makes this show possible and funds us being here and helps us get this amazing art. And, it's thanks to them and the amazing maps they make and the amazing tokens they make, which you can find over on their Patreon, patreon.com/ForgottenAdventures. Okay, I'm going to talk about them more in the future, but for now, let's jump into things. The last time we played, and let's get some music going. The last time we played, you guys quite impossibly stopped an asteroid that was flying out of the sky, a island big enough for a temple that was falling out of the sky and was going to, if not hit the city, hit near the city, which would have caused massive devastation, tidal waves, destruction of all sorts. And you guys went and were able to stop it. We're going to actually jump in just before that, actually, with Una. You are down on the ground, and you have been controlling the weather. You have been stopping this basically hurricane force winds from knocking your party out of the sky. Your party last episode rode on griffins, a feat that would have been impossible if it weren't for Una focusing their powers on the ground to stop these hurricane winds from just tossing them in the air recklessly. However, as you're down on the ground, you see this asteroid coming down. Nothing Una can do about that. But you see your friends flying around it on their griffins. You see water shoot out of the asteroid and it starts to break. And then you see a massive fireball erupt as this detonation causes the meteor to shatter into pieces, flying in all different directions. A large piece of this, however, does land in the ocean. Now, it's not enough to destroy the city, but it is still enough to cause massive devastation. You see, as this impact hits and it creates this massive wave, what does Una do?
Okay. At that point, Una, I am the only one, too. And you see them lift their hands up to their chest, and they pull on their little necklace, and they rip it off of their neck, and they lift it up, and they blow into it, and it makes this sound, it's sharp sound, kind of like a whistle, or like a dog whistle rather. And I would like to call Nimrus.
You all don't see this, but what we, the audience, get to see is a large creature swimming through the water at rapid, fast pace, swaying back and forth to swim. And as its head erupts out of the water, it looks like a massive seahorse. And Una hops on it. I want to make this clear. Una's had this horse since episode 1 of season 1. But
that's right.
In their backstory,
That's right.
They rolled one of their "This Is Your Life" things that they rolled was they got a mount, they got a horse, but they live under the sea, so the horse was a seahorse. So yeah, it's
so
Nimbus,
cute.
right? Or Nimbus?
It's Nimrus.
Nimrus comes soaring up. You leap deftly onto them, I'm guessing?
Yes, so as we've practiced many times underneath the sea, there is this kind of like jump move that we do. And so I would assume that Nimrus is kind of going to use the force of like the swimming, their swimming speed to jump out of the water. And at that point, I kind of use the water around me that is always soaking Una, and like throw it in front of me, 2 little steps of padding of water. And I'm going to run and jump on these 2 steps and leap on top of Nimrus as we dive backward head first into the water. And it's one of those like dives you guys have been waiting to see. It's a 10 out of 10 dive. We dive in, and maybe it's because the water is being all pulled away from the edge, but you see just like a little drop, like nothing really like splashed inside of the water as we dive down. And if you were to be on the edge of this dock, you see the water start to swirl in front of you. You actually see that there's multiple different swirls happening right here. And if you were to peek in to the water, you would see that Nimrus and Una are doing a dance. It looks graceful, it looks put together, it looks practiced from day one. Like they have been training for this for a while, as they like zigzag back and forth, and they use each other's momentum and the weight, like the pressure of the water to kind of like push each other further and faster. It's kind of like ricocheting back and forth as they circle around, and they start to make like 5 different circles. One in the middle starts to come up, and as these 4 or 5 different circles come up out of the water, Una's going to take their hand onto Nimrus's tail, and Nimrus is going to spin in a circle, throw Una up, and you see kind of for this one moment, this like, because of the push of the water and because of the throw of Nimrus, kind of like shoot through this spiraling water that's now lifted above from the flatness of the water, I guess. And at that top pinnacle, you're going to see that you're going to see Una use their gust of wind, as they've been doing underneath the water, to then move all 5 of these kind of like little tiny water twisters, right? And shoot them towards this giant wave that is happening. So it's
You
kind of like
send-
pushing against these.
You send this cyclone of water forward, and as it does, the tidal wave hits it, and instead of its momentum moving forward, it's pulled into it. And you basically cause this entire tidal wave to turn as it shifts and its momentum gets pushed back out into sea. And for a moment, the tide retreats. And behind you, Una, you hear cheers. People celebrating, people ecstatic. You look back, and you're a little bit surprised to see that no one's quite cheering you on the docks, but you see them instead cheering up into the sky as your friends make their landing down near the market. But that's okay.
At that point, you know, you just see Una kind of like, as they pop out of the water, they go to Nimrus and actually, they pop out of water, they see that, and then they put their head back underwater, and you see the bubbles forming, like when you blow air underneath the water, like they want to like hide, and Nimrus comes up and like slightly puts their head their forehead on top of Una, and Una lifts their hands and pets them and said, just like we always practiced, came in handy this time. Great job. And at that point, I'll get on top of Nimrus and lift me back to the docks.
Okay. You start heading back to the docks. No, that's not quite what we want. You start heading back to the docks when you see something as the tide pushes out with your cyclone. You see, as the water retreats, you see something emerging from the water near the shore, but not so near the shore. It's not like up against the beach, but it's like, it's near in terms of Una, in terms of, you know, that's close to the beach, but other people might drown at those depths.
Mm-hmm.
But you see the upper body of a person. It looks like two people almost holding each other in an embrace. But as you get closer to it, you see one of these people is made entirely out of stone. And they have their arms wrapped around someone. And that someone looks like a normal human. They look fairly old. And they are just slumped, drenched, bloated, their face blue from inhaling water. And this statue holds them there.
Like they're using the statue to keep themselves up, like that, or
like
they're
the
stuck to it?
statue was pulling them.
Okay.
The statue stands with its back to the sea, like sort of dragging this person back, and they just lay slumped dead in the arms of the statue.
Can I roll an insight check to
Sure.
see what I'm kind of dealing with? Are they bigger? Are they normal? I guess they're both human sized.
Yeah, they both are human sized.
I'm waiting. We got a 19.
19. Okay. You see this. You see that both figures, the one that was human, looks fairly old. The other one looks like middle-aged, but again, they're made completely out of stone. Their face doesn't have malice in it. It doesn't have.
It doesn't look like it's happy.
It doesn't look like it's happy. In fact, with your insight, what you see is that this face, you can tell that it looks like it too has suffered. And looking at it, it looks like you can see some of the signs of bloating that this statue might have experienced at one time, as it looks like maybe someone who drowned themselves at one time.
Okay. As I get closer, I would like to I would like to ask it to see if it responds. I'd like to ask if it needs help. You stone. This would you be considered human at that point? Stone block. I'm soggy. There. What was it? No. Are you okay? Do you need help?
It just sits there. Water sloshing onto it from the waves.
And it looks like it's pulling this soggy body out to sea, right?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to have Nimrus and I kind of push against its back, moving it towards the kind of
Give
like
me
don't go that way.
athletics at advantage. And you can roll that on yours, I think, or if
I got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, whoa, 2 nat 20s?
Wait, seriously? Hold on, I gotta check this.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god,
2
I'm taking a
nat 20s.
screenshot.
Take
That's
a screenshot.
incredible.
That's
Holy
good,
shit.
George.
So good.
That was meant to
That's
be.
so
You win
good.
these.
Let's fucking go.
Put the
Didn't
Aaron in their
Aaron
element.
Double nat 20.
Didn't
It's
George get double nat ones last week too? That's kinda
Shut up.
crazy.
We don't need to talk about that.
Oh.
Wait, I want to hear about that.
Lift with your hips. Lift with your hips.
That's incredible.
Dude.
You see, I can't show you guys the map because we have it for something else. So I wish I could have shown you that dice roll, but I did take a screenshot. I'll show it to you later. That's so awesome. You, with Nimrus's help, you push this statue further to the shore. And it's difficult. At some point, it starts to drag, but you are able to push it, and Nimrus is able to get under it, and you sort of like lift it up as they sort of like push it, and you're like bearing this weight as you carry it to shore.
Am I able to have the waves like help support this and kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
get it onto...
you're able to get it there, no problem. Once you get
Okay.
to shore, what are you doing?
I would like to drag it to dry land so it's completely out of the water to see like exactly what I'm dealing with. Like, what is it up close?
It looks like a full top to bottom statue of a person.
Okay.
You see there's like some seaweed and barnacles stuck on it now.
I would like to... can I do an Arcana check?
Yeah.
I'd like to do that. All right. Well, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I got a 6.
Arcana's
6.
not your specialty.
Nope. Okay.
But one thing's for sure, what you look at this... Well, one, you have it on shore now. So if you want to come and revisit it, you possibly can. But one thing's for sure is that this seems like something you should probably... If this isn't Seer related, then it's definitely the weirdest thing you've randomly encountered.
Okay. Is there a way I can... This is so disturbing. Una's gonna look around to see who's near them. Is there anyone watching?
No, a lot of people are looking at the heroes who've just landed.
Heroes.
There might be a couple people who glance at you, but none that are like really taking close attention as to what you're doing. They might see you and a statue and then like a person, but they don't see the person's dead yet.
I would like to, if I could, like to the point where they're bloating, I would like to at least get a little bit of the water out of their bloating body.
Sure.
So as
it's not
you
hard for
see
you.
Una,
Yeah.
just pull it from the feet all the way up through the face and kind of like through their pores and through their openings, accumulate and see if it's just water, if there's anything else a part of that. And that's kind of where they're going to finish this before they meet up with the group.
As you press on the stomach of the man, and as you do, you force out all of this water out of its mouth. and you notice there's bits of stone crumbling out of the mouth as well. This is not of the statue. This is of the now dead man. As you press on their stomach, water and bits of stone come out. And with that stone, there's like some red of blood.
Okay. They immediately kind of gasp as they drop it, and the water and the blood kind of like will go on the dock or wherever, not on to them. And they will turn over to Nimrus. And is it sand that's around here? Is this like sand or is it like stone? I kind of want to cover the body.
Whatever you're looking for. There's sand, there's stone.
I'm looking to cover the body so that it's not like weathered by the elements, and I can have time to bring the group over here.
You can pull it under the docks and like leave it there. Where you are at, you notice oddly that the humans don't seem to come down beneath these docks very often. This is like where the dock like meets the shore, and you know, for normal people they would look at this and it's kind of like dingy and dirty and filthy, but you don't even seem to mind as you bring this thing into this like dark little spot underneath the edge of the dock.
Okay.
But yeah.
Great. After that, I will then, as Una, you see, they're creeped out. They're kind of like uncomfortable, and they scratch their temple, and then they turn to Nimrus and they say, "Hey, if you find anything, anyone like this, bring them here if you can." And you hear, obviously.
You hear that, and it ruffles its fins as it swims back into the water. Are you heading back to reconvene with your party?
Yeah, and then you see just Una kind of like go, if I may. They would like to start walking towards the party. And at some point, George, within eye shot, maybe 60 feet out, I would like Una to fall face forward from exhaustion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just there's nothing. Just face down on the ground, exhaustion.
Okay. At some point, that will happen as you make your way back. Among the people celebrating, as people are celebrating and cheering, Sly, Danica acknowledges you and lets you know, hey, I need to get the griffins back to their roost, but thank you.
I really bonded with Peanut. Would it be too much of an imposition to come visit on weekends just to brush and maybe give a treat and maybe take a spin around just a quick, we'll talk. How about that?
I think we can arrange that. She smiles.
Yes.
Do let me know though, if you ever find out whatever made him Jorman, what made Jorman lose their way like that. I'm glad he's back to rest, but I feel like there's so many unanswered questions still.
I put my hand on top of hers and I say, if I find answers that would soothe your soul, you'll be the first person I give them to. But sometimes not having those answers is a blessing.
If you say so. She turns. Come here. and she takes the 2 griffins, Peanut.
My Peanut.
Yeah. What was the other one you guys took? Peanut and
Woodhome.
Woodhome. Peanut and Woodhome, and she leads them back. With that, yeah, people are
What,
celebrating
Sky?
you guys. People are cheering.
Woodhome?
That
Yeah.
was ours.
People are celebrating. People are cheering. You watch as Una approaches you all and collapses face first into the street from exhaustion, which not different from some of you probably have gone through similar exhaustion from your experience up in the sky. And yeah, you know, people are like shouting and clapping for you guys as you head off. A day well done. And with that, you guys head back and just skipping over some of the people cheering you guys. I want you guys in character to actually be able to celebrate. And what better way to do that than to let you see... give me one moment. Then to let you
Dad, can we have a party, Aaren? Dad?
Hold on. Aaron's also like walking with a little bit of a limp because him and Byron landed on like some fruit stands as their flight ran out. So like they crash landed and just like, yeah, do whatever you want when we get back. I don't care.
It's a slow move. I have like Una's arm thrown over my shoulder and neck as I'm like assisting Una, but it's kind of like Una's also assisting me because I'm also exhausted, like hobbling through the streets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, I'll be on the other side, but I'm carrying most of the weight, I guess, because I think I'm okay at full health.
Okay, you guys make it
Beautiful.
back, and
That's
you
beautiful.
arrive. You arrive here. Make sure I got this right. To your guys' place.
Home sweet home.
I don't know why the lighting's doing this right now. The place has a vaulted roof. I will show that to you. Actually, you know what? I think I can just light it up, maybe.
We can close our eyes if we want.
Old fog of war.
Let me try this. Does that work? Nope. Okay, that's fine.
Zoraius is hearing.
You guys see the outside of your establishment, upscale defenses. It even says it on the sign right here. Now accepting new clients.
What?
And
This
yeah,
is crazy.
This is your guys' street. There's a road through here which allows you. That's where you can park your wagon and stuff in the back. Let's get you guys indoors. As we open that up, as soon as you walk in, you see. One sec. Nope, not what I'm trying to do. One second. We prepared for this. Here we go. As you get there, Aaren, Pepper is waiting for you as soon as you arrive. And
Sweetheart.
you guys are free to explore the space.
Aaron plops down on the sofa right there and just, all right. I will join you all in a second.
Are you all right?
Sly
was worried.
takes
I
off running past her mom.
was that people
Yeah.
cheering outside?
Yeah, we destroyed an asteroid and
An
flew on
asteroid?
griffins and then fell on banana stands.
It was more of a falling, floating island, but yeah.
I stopped a 150-foot tidal wave.
You did what?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I thought you were just holding rain.
I
When did that
held a
happen?
lot more liquid than that.
That makes sense. Good job.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wrench? Wrench?
You
yeah,
can
don't worry
find
about it.
Wrench. One moment. You come inside. Here's your meeting room, right here.
Oh my god, this looks so good. I gotta look up close. Sorry, hold on.
There is the
Thank you,
notice
thank you.
board for you guys, your evidence board, your investigation board. Here is the portrait above the fireplace. It's a portrait of Lucian.
Dude, this is
Um,
Shut up. Did you just hear that? Chat, did you hear that? It's a portrait of Lucian.
Oh my gosh. How'd they even draw that at that angle?
You guys can see out back. This is where you guys do like your training and sparring and stuff. But Una, you head right to your room, which you can tell is your room because of the spots of water damage that lead to it.
Dude, thank you, Forgotten Adventures. Thank you so much. Thank you for this team.
Map was made almost entirely by Android Grace. They went above and beyond. I did a little bit to help, but they did the almost 99% of the work.
Look at your waterbed.
Yeah,
It's
Incredible.
absolutely beautiful. Can we just discuss a couple things, like as me, or do I need to? I mean,
Go
this
for
is
it.
beautiful. Okay, awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love that Android Grace isn't just incredible at giving all of the villains super overpowered, character sheets. Also good at just making the best rooms possible, because here it is. I mean, just the detail that goes into it. Oh my god. Also, do I walk in and then I get a buff that gives me an extra level, or what? Right?
Well, I believe everyone leveled up last session, so everyone
Yeah,
should be
they
level
did.
7.
The answer is yes. Awesome. So this is my water bed.
Yeah. We're gonna have an episode of Cribs.
Hey, welcome to Cribs. This is
What's
where
up,
magic
Twitch?
happens.
Now, yeah, let me go ahead and I'm being messaged about this.
Where's my wrench? There he is.
Yep, they would be
Oh
in the
my
pool
God.
right here
This
Yes.
This is amazing.
as they climb up onto the bed. Long day.
Blanket. It lasted forever. I think I'm sick of water. Maybe, do I look bloated to you? They turn to the side.
I mean, all of you bipedals kind of look bloated to me, but that's... I don't know if I'm the best judge.
Scoot over as they fall face down onto the bed. And if Wrench could nicely and kindly tuck me in,
Yeah.
I'd really appreciate it.
Wrench does tuck you in, and you just sort of like collapse into your bed. Wrench will
Yes.
then head off and climb out the window.
Yes! Yes! I'll close the door for him.
And follow. Hold on, I got to move someone outside so you can see this.
Directly
Follows
into the sewer.
outside into the sewer.
Dude, you got it! You nailed it! You nailed it! Yes! That's so cool. So then, as Una kind of lets out that that exasperated sigh, they close the window as they're tucked in, and they just what's that little floating thing over there in the
boat.
in the waterbed? Yeah, it is. That's right. I wanted you to say it. They will immediately start to kind of turn over in bed, they're kind of uncomfortable, and they obviously can't sleep even though they're exhausted. It kind of works that way. So they pull the boat over, and they just kind of you start to hear them, and they start saying things like, whoa, Una, you're incredible. You're the strongest. I didn't know water could do that. Thank you, civilian.
Una's
Thank you,
manipulating
human
the water
civilian.
to make a tidal wave and
Block it
recreate everything
again.
he just did, but miniature. Yeah.
Yes. As they kind of, they're doing this, and they're just you see that it's kind of lulling them to sleep. You know how you kind of count sheep? This is that equivalent to that. And they will wake up here in just a little bit, but they're exhausted. They like to take a nap, and we'll explore the rest of this after.
Okay, that sounds good. You are sleeping. Who else would like to take a load off? Oh, let me get Sly back inside.
Sly, what are you doing out there?
Did you see the sign outside?
Yeah, I finally got that updated after a long time. Now, speaking of which, I'm gonna head back up to my room and change out of these clothes that are full of splinters.
You're gonna shower first.
Yeah, that too.
You smell like ozone.
Yeah, that makes more sense. You're right.
Bottle it. Someone bottle that.
He'll,
What is that?
he'll walk out.
So Aaren heads up. Let's get you upstairs. One moment. I gotta move you over here. So yeah, you get over to the stairs, and that brings us. That brings
we have
us
to go outside
here.
to get upstairs.
And you arrive to the common area of the house where you guys are able to relax and take a load off. Some really cool things that I've noticed here that Grace added. Here's you probably, as you walk up, place one of those crystals from the island right here on the mantle, like as your little keepsake from it. And over here, you might recognize two items. One of them is a sword Sly stole from the graveyard, and the other one is the puzzle box that you were given by the elves.
Oh, sweetheart, I learned how to identify stuff, so I gotta take a look at those later.
Well, that's good.
And I'm also gonna walk over to the table where the playing cards are.
Yeah.
And
these are dominoes.
Oh, okay. No, on the other table there should be playing cards, right?
Oh, yep, you're right.
Yeah, so I want to go over to that one, and I want to, using my little draconic nails, I want to try to score some of the back of them a little bit so I can start marking cards to cheat in games.
Make
so
a
sleight of hand if possible.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check. Let's see how this goes. It's just like you came in and you're like, how can I make this place mine?
14.
You're stop. You're tearing it.
No.
As you're like,
I'm telling you, Fable's sneaky. She's doing something with the cards, so I'm just trying to level the playing field here.
what are you talking about?
Because I lost 30 gold to that girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's quiet. Oh, she's quiet. She sits there in the back, but she counts cards. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Maybe you should just go straight to sleep. And you guys arrive to your bedroom, which is the cutest thing ever. I see Meadow's mouth hanging open. You okay? If you're reacting like I am,
It's
Pepper's
so
blanket,
cute.
yeah, is
Yes.
the most adorable thing. This is over here, Pepper's sort of alchemy workstation. She puts together some remedies and things like that, and concoctions. And over here, you guys have a fireplace where Aaren probably gets done some reading. And you have a little perch for MaeLeFay.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I have one spell slot left for the day. I'll use that to to go ahead and resummon him.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm so sorry about using you as bait. That's my bad. It was just, I thought I had it with the stealth, and it didn't work out the way I thought.
And I kind of place him on his perch after I summon him.
It just responds back, sort of scowling at you a little bit. Whether they're upset or if that's just their default face, unclear.
And then Aaren begins to unwrap the chain from around his wrists and place his weapons by his bed stand. And then he kind of sits down on the bed and just goes,
Where'd you find this whole thing?
Which are you talking about?
The hat that's on the bed.
It was in the closet. I found it. It was up there. Is that yours?
No, it was my father's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think it looks handsome.
Sure. Anyhow, I'm gonna finish just getting freshened up, and I'll get changed.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. I had something I was about to put in the oven, but I'll be back up shortly.
Yeah, sure. See, I'm just gonna get things situated.
Okay.
I think Aaren will just spend that time pulling out the new book that he acquired and just reminiscing and just looking at the hat.
Got it. Yeah, okay, very good. I'm thinking about what to... Okay, elsewhere. How about the rest of you
Thanks
guys?
for the raid.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you so
We're
much for the
exploring a new
raid,
house.
everyone. New house.
Hey, welcome
house
to our
alert.
crib. Help action needed.
So who would like to go next? Who's exploring? Who's doing what?
Hello?
No.
No.
One of you? Someone?
I think I'm going to get some rest for the evening. Fable, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Elsewhere. So you head upstairs, and Zoraius, you get to your bedroom, which is technically, it was the guest room. There is a 2 beds in there. This is meant for if the if upscale defenses has to basically if they have to like take someone in to protect them, or if one of their clients gets displaced. But you've made this little corner yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the edge of the bed, kind of like, yeah, exactly. And I'll just kind of like leaning over. I've got my elbows on my knees and my head in my hands. What did I do today? Oh, God. Okay. We'll figure this out. Slowly but surely. And I'll just take out a thing of wood from the drawer there and grab my whittler's knife and start working on a new woodworking project, whittling away at a griffin.
Okay. I love the little wooden horse that was left.
Oh my God.
One
the
of yours.
sheets. Zoom in on that.
Yeah.
Enhance.
It's my scarf pattern.
Yes. It's my scarf pattern is so demure. Holy moly, that's so cute.
I love the Grace. Oh, Android Grace, thank you so much. Oh my God.
You like toss the books down from Arthur's over here.
Oh, actually, you know what? I did definitely forget about those. Instead of working on my whittling, I just want to read more about magical diseases. Actually, that's what I want to pour this night into until I pass out.
Okay, give me a. You can do medicine or investigation.
They are both the same numbers. Let's see here. 9.
9. What you are able to get is that there, you get to a section, and this isn't like everything you'll get from this book, but what you get to a section, and you've come back, you're exhausted, you start reading, and it mentions that there's 3 ways to essentially create a magical disease, and the first one it talks about are things like acts of divine. So an act of a god essentially can create a magical disease. It makes reference to different gods of disease who have done such things. It also has mentioned that there are certain like calamities, like a god dying might create a magical disease. But none of that seems to ring true. The next section talks about curses, and the idea that a disease could be the result of a curse, or a curse placed on a land or something like that. And there's a third section, and you're still reading, but your eyes start to get heavy as you just sort of doze off reading this very thick material on magical diseases.
Copy that. Thank you.
Okay. Elsewhere, Sly or Fable?
Does Sly look tired yet?
It just turns her camera off, so I guess
Sly?
it's Fable's turn.
Sly? Does Sly look like tired? Like, what is Sly? I would like to get a read body language or whatever on Sly, like how if she's like.
Read the message real quick.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
Meadow is IRL having tech issues. Let's give them a moment. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm gonna be good, and I'm gonna go, I guess, up to my room.
Okay. Yep.
Oh my god. There's
I
just one
exist
hula
again.
hoop. Oh my god. Wait.
I heard her.
One. Oh.
I
I want to make
Okay.
bets of what's in this room. I have no idea.
Do you want?
But I'm
Do you
so
want to make
excited.
bets?
I don't think it's gonna be
Guys.
that surprising.
I'm guessing there's at least 6 juggling balls.
Okay, actually 6
Low-
juggling balls.
That's low balling.
I think that there's got to be like a lighter or like a string that might be tied from one end to the other. You know, a lighter to light the little hoop on fire type thing.
What do you guys think I'm doing in my bedroom?
Okay, I think that there's a
I think-
bed and a table.
I could go to the circus to practice
All right,
fire.
let's find out what's in this room. As you
Yeah, I
enter
did.
the room,
I win.
There is a small vanity shelf that's covering part of it. But yeah, here you are.
Yeah,
we
dude,
can
me
zoom
too.
in.
Me
The
too.
color palette is just perfect.
This is
Oh,
divine.
that's very homey.
Yeah,
I got a fireplace.
you have your own fireplace. That's right.
Dude, what is that? Is that a bust?
That is a bust. It's up to you of what it is or what it relates to.
Ooh.
But yeah, you do have some of your juggling balls, I guess, and then there are some various pieces
I
of
literally have those juggling balls.
ribbons and
I
stuff
think
like
I'll
that.
count 3.
You have a section of costumes,
so
as well as
cute.
different
That's
cosmetics.
a dummy, right? That's a dummy. Yeah.
A dummy?
In the corner?
I
that
think
not a
this is
dummy?
I think this is a rack. Oh, it might be like a mannequin of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I
Yeah.
would throw knives at.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, you got your vanity over here as well. And you are the only other person in the house that has a king, maybe queen-sized bed. Everyone else has twin. So just you and Aaren with beds big enough for 2.
Why'd you do that, Grace?
That's
Grace.
interesting.
What were you thinking, Grace?
Foreshadowing.
Okay. I think she kind of she gets out of her circus clothes. She's hood is off. She gets her jammies on. And just not feeling like sleeping yet. I think she'll pull out her hand drum that she usually carries with her. It's just a tiny little thing, and she'll kind of like perch on the edge of the what do you call that kind of couch? Whatever it is.
This one
The
lounge?
couch. The couch. The
Okay.
lounge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she'll kind of do like a little, like she's not trying to do anything crazy. This is a hand drum. It's not that loud. It shouldn't wake anyone up unless they're like really crazy. But she's just trying to do like a little like kind of like relaxing, like almost like a meditative beat or something. But she gives it a couple minutes and then she gets up and she scoops up her juggling balls and she tries to like work her way through some, I guess, like routines, different exercises and stuff like that. And then basically what we have is the equivalent of the late night cat zoomies is what's happening here. So
Goes,
she's just kind of
plays with the makeup, tries on a new outfits, jumps on the
like
bed.
She didn't get too beat up from the fight, like, and she like just they learned so much today, and also that was, I don't know, she just likes to distract herself. She's not ready. When she does finally go to bed, she'll probably just kind of curl up like at the foot of her bed.
Okay.
Like being like, okay, I'm not really like going to sleep yet, but then she'll probably fall asleep.
Okay. All right. So work out your zoomies in your room. There also was the common area, should you wish to make use of that over here.
Okay.
And okay, that brings us to Sly. Are you with us?
Howdy. Yes, and I can flavor why I was not before. I was at the front door, obviously, looking outside. I think Sly took a few minutes as everyone kind of dispersed to just look at people celebrating something she'd done. That has yet to happen in mass. So it feels good, and it's not often that being the Seer feels good. So she takes a couple extra minutes just to watch people be happy together, and then she'll head into her room.
You see, as you go outside, that there is a small box sitting there, and there's a note on it. And the note looks very, like, roughly written, like, almost like a child's handwriting. And it says, "Thanks for all you've done."
Okay. And her instinct is to open it immediately outside alone. But I think Lucian's voice is like, this could be a trap. Get someone else to examine it and open it with you. So she's instead going to set it on the common room area after she realizes that no one's just kind of like out and about walking around, and is going to write a separate note and go, only open with everyone present. Sly's orders, or else. With lots of exclamation points and underlines, and then she sets it down, and she'll go to her room.
Okay.
That way it can't be misinterpreted or opened on accident.
Yeah. Okay. You head up to your room. And that brings us up here in the common area. So you head to your room, which is off in this corner here. It is one of the smaller rooms of the house, but not so much of a problem for you.
I don't need that much space.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Oh my god, it's perfect.
This
Look
is
at all her
so
favorite colors
pretty, dude.
and patterns.
Oh, you killed
I love the
it.
double-sided blanket. I love it.
Yeah. Yep.
Me too.
That's such a nice touch. Like,
and
oh my
and the
God.
tools, the toolkit, your little,
The
your little
thieves'
toolkit.
tools.
Yeah.
A
Is that
spy
a skunk
glass
on the side of
Is that
bed?
what?
A skunk?
That's just like a little light.
Oh, skunk.
Oh,
I
sconce.
thought you
Yeah,
said
yeah. These are
skunk.
lights.
Yeah.
They light up.
Once.
Oh, they light up.
Ah,
Yeah.
How cute is
Wow.
that?
Oh, my
Here,
room
I'll
is so
I'll
cute.
start moving things to nighttime to give you guys an idea of what it's like.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
here.
yeah.
And
Look
we've
how
got this light as
pretty.
well to turn on. There we go.
Dude, you got a cookie?
I like how it's simple, but
Dude.
it's not empty. It's very sly.
Oh, we're maximalist party, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for
At
sure.
least Sly and Fable.
Can you? When I first given this map, I was asked, "How many daggers can you find?" in this room.
Okay. Let me zoom in. Hold on. Let me lock in here, gang. Oh, wow. Okay, one by the wall on the table.
Okay.
There is another under my pillow.
Yeah.
There's another on the nightstand.
Yep.
There is 2 on the dresser by the book.
Any more?
I feel like there are more of them. I think there's one hiding under the pillow in the like bottom right corner. The pattern pillow, there's like a sharp tassel that might be a dagger. Who's to say? No, that's a tassel.
But there is a dagger right here under this
I
plant.
see it.
Whoa.
Yeah, so lots of daggers all over her room, which is perfect. Are there any more that I'm missing?
I missed this one as well, which is still in its sheath.
Yeah, it's got the colors of the wood. Oh, that's perfect. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's all her ball bearings.
Yeah.
And her bag of holding, and it's
You
like
also have
everything she
caltrops
found.
in the corner.
He tells you to clean up all the time.
All the time.
Hey, sweetheart. God.
You also
again.
have...
Caltrops? God.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to just let you know that you have the most means of egress of any room in the house.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I only got
notice
one
there's
window.
2 windows right here
Yes,
above the
yes.
stables. Yeah.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Is Chomper in the stables?
Yes.
Period.
I'm
Okay.
going to just put it out there to Grace if I should show you the other thing. Or if not.
You should.
That's
Check
up
underneath
to,
the rug.
That's up to them.
Sweetheart, there's a Colt
they're
95
probably
underneath
yeah.
the pillow.
But yeah, that's your room. So what does Sly do when she gets to her room?
I think Sly opens both of the windows just to keep hearing the sound of people enjoying themselves and her small part in that, because it was clearly a very big group effort, but she's letting herself enjoy it. She immediately writes down everything that she can remember of the day in her journal. And then she does what she does every night, which is she starts cleaning her weapons after she takes out Lucian's card and sets it at the edge of her bed, and then recounts just the fight and how she will improve next time based on what she learned this time.
Okay. I sent you some messages. There are 2 means of egress I can show you.
Okay.
But they're up to you if you want to show the audience.
Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm so excited.
They're
I'm
things
not gonna
that
tell
Sly, the
anyone.
character, knows about, but Meadow, the player, and the audience do not yet.
I don't want to reveal either of what have you. No, I'm not saying nothing yet.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep those to ourselves.
Fine. Keep
Yep.
your secrets.
Keep your secrets. So yeah, you guys have a relaxing time. Is there any? There are some other rooms we did not get to see. Down here later, we'll check out Aaron's office, and there's also you have a small armory right over here, and then there's also outside where the stables. You can actually see from the window. You can see Dakota, and yeah. So you guys all rest. Is anyone?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I think before everyone rests, I think Aaren will do his usual rounds of checking in on everybody. But I think he'll want to go to Fable first.
Okay.
You hear things on the other side of the door.
What? Like what? Wait, what?
Like
Sorry?
mysterious, like you don't know. Something's going on there.
Not.
Hey, kiddo, it's me.
Shit, was I too loud? Okay. She throws down whatever maybe she has the juggling balls in her hand. She throws them down on the lounge and goes to very casually answer the door, like she was just about to fall asleep. Hi.
Hey, I'm not interrupting. I'm just. You got a couple minutes?
Yeah. Come in.
All right. And he comes in and closes the door. Yeah. I just wanted to, talk about today, and just talk to you about Zoraius.
Okay.
Well, no, it's just I saw you and him were together on the Griffin.
Fable narrows her eyes at you. Yeah, I guess I just really have a knack with animals. Oh, I mean the Griffin, not
What? Wait,
Nothing.
do you have a?
No,
Are you sweet on Zoraius?
I don't know Zoraius.
Oh yeah,
I mean
because
Zoraius is probably sweet on me. They did call me that, so.
Fair enough. I mean, that's what I was asking you about. I was asking you if how did he perform combat-wise? How was he doing that? That's what I meant. This wasn't supposed to be like that type of talk. If you need that type of talk, I'm here. But I just wanted to know if he was pulling his weight. Combat tactics.
I'm taking a.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think we've seen his full capabilities, but I think he's doing his best.
Gotcha. Yeah, I couldn't see what he was doing on the other side of the falling island, but I just you were there with him, so I just wanted to know.
Oh, yeah. No, I think
helped
he was preparing to cast some spell or other. I don't really know how all that works, but you guys took care of it.
Okay. Yeah, I was just checking, I was I was hard on him earlier today trying to do the,
Oh, were you?
Well, just trying the, tough parenting route,
Yeah, wait, why are we talking about my relationship with Zoraius? Maybe we should be talking about yours. It seems a lot more heated.
Heated is a strong word. I may have tried to swing at him a couple times, but heated is a strong word.
You almost burned down the library. I think we can call that heated.
Okay, you're right. I made a calculated error. Big mistake.
Maybe you should talk to Zoraius. Not about me, though.
You sure? Because, if I go to talk to him, I'm going to bring you up. So maybe you should talk to him first. I don't know.
Please, let me keep some mystery.
All right. Card counting cheat. All right.
What was that?
Nothing. No, nothing.
Yeah.
Good night.
Nothing?
Good night, darling. You have a good one.
It is a good night, because I'm 30 gold richer. By the way, I'm adding that to my inventory.
Yeah, I'll deduct 30 gold from my inventory. And I think the last thing he'll do is just go by to see Sly.
Does Aaren walk up to Zoraius' door?
Oh, no, not at all.
Hesitate?
No.
And then, okay, no? Okay.
No, not at all. He just keeps walking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that later. Knock, 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 knock. And he says, knock, 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 as he knocks.
Quickly put the card back, and I go back to fiddling with weapons as I look up as you come in.
Hey, kiddo.
Aaren, give me a deck save.
Gotcha. Hey, kiddo. Whoa. Hey.
Yo, where were these during combat? What's going on? Where's Sabe?
Where were these when we were trying to talk our way out of dying?
Hey, we have other security systems There's no need to leave ball bearings and caltrips by the door. Like I said, to clean it up.
Just like one foot just swipes all the ball bearings back underneath the dresser.
All right. Howdy.
That was a really good save that time. You looked
That
like you
time.
were gonna break all of your bones, but
See, now, when you say it like that, that makes it
What?
sound like it's intentional.
it is. I
Is-
didn't say come in yet.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
He backs out. Closes the door. Knock.
She gets up out of bed and picks up the one ball bearing that he missed and then puts it into the bag and then opens the door and goes, "Come in, good sir. I am the talk
it is
of the
a brand
town."
new room in here. My goodness, what have you done with the plates?
Oh,
the decor?
clean.
How you doing, kiddo?
Did we do good today?
I think so. It didn't feel like today should have ended the way it did compared to how it started.
Yeah, I think I need to get better at diplomacy.
Well, apparently we all do. Maybe they're offering some classes at our local library about it, because we all didn't do too well with talking
Not
down
the
typing.
Arthur Library, right?
No, not that library. I
Okay.
think we've all had our fill of that library for a while.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to check on you. I know that must be kind of weird going from the world's most nihilistic ghost to the praises of the public.
Doesn't matter. He was wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, I think he was just too big to know what it was like to feel small. And then when he felt small, he went a little crazy, sad, lonely, upsetness. He went a little feeling bad all the time. And that's, wrong. I'm small all the time, so I don't have to worry about that.
I think I understand him to a certain perspective.
That's because you're grumpy.
Yeah, but I know what it's like to lose a lot. And I don't just mean fights. I mean people. And that, that sort of grief can eat away at people. So, sure, to you he may have been wrong, but to him, that was his truth. That was just as real to him as the sun. It's all a matter of perspective, is what I'm saying.
Who did you lose?
Oh, I don't think there is a single drivel hog left here on this side of the country. I don't know. Yeah, Pepper ended up finding my father's hat. Never knew when he was going to leave, just like my mother, but at least he left something, I guess. It was that old hat. And then my sisters and my brother, I knew they had to go because they had the grief, same grief I did growing up, but being here in the city just reminded them of all that. So they felt small. But, it's important to understand perspectives and to not be so hasty on calling what's right and wrong. That'll help you guide yourself in the future when it comes to diplomacy.
Okay, I'll sleep on it. But he'll still be wrong in the morning.
All right, kiddo. You have a good night. He goes in, gives you a big old hug, ruffles your hair a little bit.
She hugs you back. I do think you are tall enough and close enough to the open journal on her desk where you would see words that would make you concerned.
Wait, what do I see?
I think words like worthless and meaningless are in there. And she'll pull away from the hug and go back over to the desk and close the journal and pick up the 2 daggers instead and begin to clean them at the desk. Oh, don't forget. There was a mysterious package outside with a thank you note. So, I won't open it because it's probably someone trapping me into murder.
Oh, joy. I will add it to my list of things to investigate when I wake up in the morning.
Don't worry, I have booby-trapped it with a note saying it's against orders to open it.
Much obliged.
Night,
Good night,
Aaren.
sweetheart.
Okay, Aaren heads out. Anyone else have anything they want to do this night before you guys all get a long rest?
As Aaren closes the door and backs up out of the door, you're met immediately with Una just right as you turn. Right there. Hi.
Hey.
Hey. So about the giant in the air, I don't know what happened to them, but should we be on the lookout?
No, they're on a card. We ended up catching them.
In the ocean?
No, a card inside of the deck that we've been using our entire adventure.
Oh.
What's
I
going
was
on?
having the most pleasant dream, and then I remembered that I didn't know how any of that ended, so I just thought I would check. Good, so the giant's not in the water. So it couldn't have been the giant that turned the people into stone. That wouldn't make sense. Anyway, as they start mumbling and kind of walking away.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
Okay.
As he hears
and then
about the booby-trapped letter, and then people turned to stone in the ocean right before going to bed.
In that middle area right there, because where's his room? Is it downstairs?
Aaron's room is right here. Your room is just below Zoraius's downstairs.
Okay. Before he gets the chance to turn around to go to his room, Una stops and turns back around.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about the. I actually was wondering if I could have, maybe I think, it could be best if we could possibly, as they're struggling to say this, they then say, could you possibly read me a story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I know the one that I want. I believe it's Arthur's memoirs, and I think that should be a lot of fun for both of us. And if you could do voices, that would be great as they walk down the stairs.
That one cannot do, unfortunately.
You can change the voices, can't you?
Yeah, but I can't change the words. Because...
That's okay, right?
The words don't exist.
But you were supposed to make them exist.
Yeah, so that's the problem. I identified the book.
Yes.
But none of the words that were there originally are there anymore.
Okay,
I'm trying to figure out if there's a way if I can bring them back, or maybe if I analyze the book more, I can figure out more about it. But for right now, the words that were previously in the memoir aren't there.
So, give a moose a muffin? book. I think that's what it's called. We could read that
Oh,
instead if you would
okay.
like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if that was a
I think all of us
euphemism
were
or-
confused. But
I didn't know what that was. I thought I was about to have a talk with you like with Fable. Anyways, all right, let's go.
And George,
yeah.
could Zoraius go to the bathroom? It's been a long day.
Yes.
Can Zoraius get a hall pass to go to the bathroom, please?
Zoraius can use the bathroom. I'm going to need all of our players to mute and deafen.
Okay.
No.
Wait, how do I do this?
Zoraius needs privacy.
I need privacy. I've got to go real bad, guys.
Wait, how do I?
What the
What
hell
do
are you
I
doing
do?
to our bathroom?
I've got to go.
I actually don't know how to.
Wait, I don't know
that.
how to do this in ping either. Let me hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that, so I'm
You have to
taking my
manually mute
headphones
yourself.
Yeah, maybe I'll just take my headphones off too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just take
Because
my
you can
headphones
mute,
off.
but I don't see a deafen.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't-
Whatever you gotta
Okay.
do.
I just took my headphones off.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll give the okay when it's time. Okay. They can't hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to go to the sink and fill it up with water. Put the stopper down in it.
Okay. You head over to the sink and you fill it up with water. And give me one moment. I feel like we need a music change here. Oh
boy.
Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. One moment. There is a very particular song I'm looking for. One second. Where is it? Okay, one second. I almost got it.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm just like splashing water onto my face before the sink fills entirely to the fill line.
You start filling up the sink, and as you do, what do you say to the water? This is the first time I think you're reaching out on your own.
Yeah. I fill the water. And I look down, almost to the rippling of my reflection. Okay. I believe it's time to discuss. I'm done running from this conversation. Are you there?
The water in the sink looks like it goes down past the bottom of the drain and into a dark abyss, and you see the water starts to not bubble but churn as it just sort of like movements are coming out of it, and from those movements you hear something speaking to you.
Are we servants to be called upon at your whim?
No. My apologies. I'm sorry.
You bother us with these petty matters.
I needed your assistance today. I fear what may have happened had you not stepped in.
You do not ask things of us. You obey.
Yes, of course. Of course. I'm sorry. Yes. I apologize.
Still, we are pleased with what you've done.
That's good. That makes two of us, I suppose.
A reward is in order.
do you mean?
For a job well done. You are one more closer now.
Yeah. I suppose we are.
We should see each other.
Right now?
Yes! Do not dally.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then Zoraius turns around and begins to fill the tub. And
You
once
head
the water
over
finally...
to the tub and fill it up.
Oh, it even fills. Forgotten Adventures are so cool. I climb into the tub and I just kind of like extend my body so I can get as submerged as possible. The water kind of lining up to my jaw and my ears just barely below the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You
Okay.
You climb in. As you do, give me one moment. Yeah, so you climb into the water, and as you do, you lay back and you slowly let yourself become submerged. And as your face dips just below the water line, just past your nose, it feels like the tub from under you gives out as you are just pulled into the dark abyss. And you feel this swirling energy around you, these currents rippling past you, tossing you about.
There are more to gather. You ought to continue your search. But this may aid you. Take these. A few of our own teachings, tricks we have learned to aid you.
And as you are turned about, you see suddenly paper flowing towards you. And it's like a current of them. As you raise your hand to like stop all of these pieces of paper from flying at you, they coalesce and you feel a thump as a book lands in your hands. You hold this book and you can see on it is writing in Sylvan.
I don't understand.
Take these. Let them aid you on your quest. Knowledge is power, remember that.
What do I tell Fable?
Who?
Nothing.
What
Never
do you
mind.
hide from us?
Members of the team, they're questioning me.
Others aid you in this search?
Lightly.
What are their names?
Their names are Calliope, Vander, and Zach. I'd like to roll deception.
Yes, please do roll deception.
That's a 25.
Oh my god. Okay. I need to roll insight. One moment. I'm just gonna make a flat roll. Nope, that's not how that works. Okay. I'm just gonna roll your insight just to make it happen real quick. That's a nat 1. Calliope, Vander, and Zach.
And Fable, right?
Fable is the nickname for Calliope. She tells a lot of tales.
Fable. She lies then.
Yes. We call them stories.
As they laugh, you hear this echo, like it's a chorus almost. And suddenly you are thrusted back to the surface. As you are thrusted back, you hear them.
Remember, knowledge is power. Complete the quest. Learn all that you can.
And when you emerge, come back.
Come back. Teammates, come back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Is
We're so
Zoraius
back.
alive?
Zoraius,
Yeah, like, is Zoraius fine?
as you come to, you feel a thunk as your face hits something hard and cold.
Ow.
I need
Oh,
you
no.
to make a strength check, athletics check, or athletics check for
Awesome.
me.
Not the
Okay.
money, not the money maker.
That's a natural 19 for 19.
You feel something in front of you, and as your face hits it, you reel your head back and slam your horns into it, and that is how you break through the solid ice that was keeping you beneath the tub. As it shatters, you climb out freezing. Your entire body chilled to the bone, soaked in wet. And as you go to stand up, you see in your hand is a book, dripping wet.
I desperately need warmer clothes and a good night's rest. I'm going to peek out of the door to make sure that none of my companions are looking at this direction. And then go to my room.
You sneak in there. Aaron's probably left
And
by
then
this
the
point.
moose ate the muffin.
Oh, that's what you're downstairs.
What a delicious muffin. I would love some more.
When
Can
he
I
says
have
more,
some more, sir?
I love that their tokens are just right there.
The
Yeah,
muffin.
I gotta move him.
does that mean more of the muffin that they've already ate, or
Well, don't worry. When it gets to page 6, it'll tell you. And so the muffin. Oh, okay, thank God. Good night, Una.
good night?
Close the door.
Okay. Anyone else have anything they want to do this night? Oh, we can change the music.
Hope no one has to go to the bathroom in the middle of the
Ooh, the
night.
toilet is cold. Damn.
Yeah. So,
I've always wondered
Ooh.
this.
My
I've-
cheeks are cold.
What happens to the tail at that point? Like, does the tail go?
let's no,
You know what?
these are too many questions. Aaron, yeah, as you sit down at some point in the middle of the night, it is freezing, frigid.
I gotta get a globe of warming. Oh, Jesus.
Globe of warming is crazy, chat. That's so crazy.
Perfect. 10 out of 10. with that, I think we can take our first break as you guys all gain a long rest. You do finish your level up from the last time we played. I told you guys you could level up to level 7. So as you finish this long rest, you will wake up at level 7. Think about what you guys want to do next. We're going to be gone for just 10 minutes, and when we come back, we will resume our game and find out what the party's up to next. So don't go anywhere. Sit tight, and we'll be right back. Okay, and away. We are back. The party
Hi.
has all gotten a long rest. The sun rises on your wonderful home. Yep. Whoop. There we go. Sun rises. It's a bright, wonderful day out. How do you guys all wake up? How do you start your day?
Half of me want to just say screaming, but I've got to think about how.
I think I get up as early as I can. It varies day to day. She's not like strict on time, but she challenges herself to wake up as early as possible so that she can start training. And it is training every morning.
Okay. You head downstairs to train, which puts you out here. There's the stables. There's our wonderful mounts. And you got a training dummy and some weapons over here. And you have over here a target range. Normally your wagon would be right here, but I just don't have it there right now. I'm going to have to fix that. But yeah, this is your backyard. This continues to like the driveway that you guys come in. That's your neighbor's fence. Don't mind that. And yeah.
I need to know who our neighbors are.
We'll get to that one.
Yeah.
I think
Daniel?
I'm like limbering up back here, and because I love Chomper very much, I probably swiped an apple out of the kitchen or something, and I use his axe beak to chop it in half, and I give him half, and I have the other half.
Okay.
Yeah. You like. Okay, I need you to give me an animal handling check.
Yeah.
And then,
Jim's
and
like,
then
"That's nice and all,
immediately
but-"
a sleight of hand check.
Okay, fine. It is a 14 for the
Animal
animal
handling?
handling. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I get sleight of hand. That's
Nat 20.
What?
That is good.
Yes.
A 31.
Fourth one?
31.
So
please let me share this apple.
your work with animals isn't great. You like go up to Chomper, you like open their fence, you place down like a piece of wood so that way the apple's not on the ground, and you place down the apple. Now at that moment, with the animal handling rolls you made, any normal person would be at risk of losing a finger or a whole hand as you put the apple, and Chomper immediately is like hitting it with its beak, chopping it right in half. Chomper does 1d8 plus 2 damage with every axe beak attack, which a normal commoner would be killed by that. You, however, with a 31 in sleight of hand, use Chomper like a deli slicer and or just like run this apple through, and you now have 10 evenly split pieces of apple. You give Chomper like the core, and now you have apple slices.
Oh, that's so fun. As soon as that happens, I give Chomper, it's like one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me, until it's gone.
You like
and
throw them, and Chomper like just snatches them out of the air. Yeah.
And then I close the gate and I lock it back and I go, "You are so good at that. That's why you're my favorite." And then I go to leave.
Says Fraggle.
Sorry, Fraggle. It's true.
Fraggle, who I'm guessing you gave a normal apple to and has just been eating it just normally. Okay. You've done that. Was that your workout for the day?
God, I wish. No, I actually do start doing like my drills, and I think I'm trying to get better with using my daggers as being thrown, because I can do it so easily with my psionic knives. can't do it great with my actual dagger. So I think I'm just on throwing practice today after I limber up a bit.
Okay.
And I do that for a while until I smell some food or get so hungry I go make food for everybody else, whichever comes first.
Are you focusing on like the training dummy, or are you going to use the range?
I think I'd use the training dummy for this one.
Okay, go ahead and give me a. I'm gonna say, just give me an attack roll with your ranged weapon, like your ranged throw.
Yeah. That's a dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, you like sort of do some moves, going side to side, backing up, and you are just nailing this thing, dagger, 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 repeatedly. Hitting on target as you sort of like move around. You hop up on the hay bales at one point. You swing around this thing and throw one. And yeah, sort of entertaining yourself.
Form's looking good, kiddo.
Where's Aaren when this is happening?
Aaron's in that kitchen, looking through the window.
Yeah. So you're here.
Having a nice little cup of coffee and staring out the window right there.
You're here. This window's open. You're looking good. As they're going about it. And let us not forget that. 1 second. So then in the kitchen, this kitchen is largely Pepper's domain. As obviously is also her alchemy table. But you see she's hard at work. The oven's on as she is cooking up a storm, getting pastries made and things like that. She keeps the place well stocked.
Aaron's going to try to make another sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Going to try to steal a couple of blueberries that are normally supposed to go in the space trees for himself.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Can Pepper get advantage on this?
That's a 3.
Yeah.
You're dead, dude.
It's so
you
bad, dude.
reach, and as you do, you sort of like, you're like looking at her, and like you smile as your hand sort of like slides over. You instead like bump the bowl, and as you're like, oh, then you suddenly feel a smack as a wooden spoon hits your other hand. No, I told you those are for the cupcakes.
No, I was just
The
trying to sneak
muffins.
a couple. Excuse me. Pardon. Goodness.
As you
What's a man gonna do around here to get some blueberries?
As he closes the window back.
closes the window back up. Okay, great.
So cute.
I think then Aaron's gonna go upstairs to where all those items are, like the sword that Sly got, and we'll just instead of training, have to spend his morning identifying all the items that may explode or not, and just try to gain some insight on where they came from, what they might mean, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. The sword looks like it is. It was like an ancestral sword that was passed down. It looks like a. It looks like a +1 sword. As you identify it, you know that when you swing the sword, it leaves like rose petals in its wake. As you swing it, it was definitely meant for like some form of nobility. Probably not great that Sly took it from someone's resting place.
Who would do such a thing?
Yeah, who would do such a thing? Give me one moment, actually. I'm just gonna roll for that real quick. Just gonna do a luck roll.
Oh no, we don't need that.
It is trying to decide if that's lucky for me. I rolled a nat 20.
It
I'm
should
trying
be lucky for me, please.
I'm gonna roll another d20. If it's above 10, it's for you. If it's below 10, it's for me. That is a 4.
Oh,
Meaning
no.
that 20 was for me.
Oh no, numbers.
So the sword is also cursed, as it is now haunted. You find that out.
Ghosts already.
Haunted. Okay.
What have you done?
At least we know how to deal with that, guys, right?
Yeah, put a
Yes.
card on
I
it.
can only deal
You have a
with
spare card for a sword, don't you?
one voice and a sword for right now. And I also have a voice of a skeleton that I will pull from off the table. But anyways, and I think he'll take a look at the gift that we got from the Prenwood as well.
You talking about the box?
Yeah.
That was the puzzle box you guys used, the game of connections that you had to play.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, these are like souvenirs.
Okay, yeah. I think
yeah.
he still would want to take one more look at it.
Sure.
Just
for it.
because he never took a look at it after getting the sword
Roll
and knowing that the sword was tracking.
roll an insight check for me as you inspect the puzzle box.
A tweet.
A 12. Yeah, no, it looks pretty standard. It looks like it you remember what it was for. It does remind you though of the games that they put you through going out there, and you think about the sword that they gave you and how that's watching you, and you think back to, like, you know, the different ways that they've tried to manipulate you in the past. And you think about that as you look outside, and you can see Sly from upstairs. Still practicing.
All right.
Anything else you want to do?
No, I think he's just gonna head outside and start testing out his new moves that he's developed. And,
Okay.
And also, would he have had time last night to put one of his new spells inside of his room?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Got you.
Anyone else have anything they want to do as they start their day?
Once everyone's awake, like before we leave the house for whatever we're going to do today, I would like to gather everyone so we can open the mysterious package, that the so-called gift.
Okay. Yeah, good to know. Before that, anyone?
I'm just going down to the
Fable,
lobby.
do you want to do? Or okay.
Zoraius, you wake up and
Yeah,
you,
wait around the gift.
you do have next to you the book that you came back with.
Oh, hello.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you have that, and you look it over. The pages still have like a damp feel to them from being fully submerged, but you look, none of the ink has run on it or anything like that.
Okay. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things will happen again.
Okay. You head downstairs to regroup with everyone else. Anything from Fable?
Is it sunny out?
It's fairly
Okay.
sunny, yeah.
Then probably once I woke up. Wait, do I have 2 windows or just the one?
You have 2.
Oh, I have 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Okay, I would like to climb out the northern window and like sit on the roof paneling and kind of just absorb the sun. And because I would have seen Sly out there, or I would just know she goes out there.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding or anything, but I'm also not drawing. You would probably know that Fable comes out and just enjoys some morning vitamin D and kind of
That's
just lazily watches
wonderful.
the Adventures.
I'm so glad we added. I'm so glad that we
Yes, thank you.
unnecessarily made all of the windows functional.
Completely
Yeah.
unnecessary. Why would we ever use them?
Yeah, so you head out and lay out and sort of sunbathe for a while.
Until
so
she goes in. And
I
then
want
I'll
to give
go
you
in.
guys a little bit of detail. So right here, probably in the morning, might be the best time. Actually, I'm gonna say this based on where you guys are. The sun rises in the east. So Fable, you actually probably wouldn't go out onto your balcony You would probably, if you were trying to get sun in the morning, you would sneak into Aaron's room and go out his balcony.
That's fine.
Because now this is towards the street, but if you're lying down, it should be fine. But yeah, you kind of like...
I'll just people watch, I guess.
Yeah, you sort of like sit up here. The sun rises and it will hit the front of the building first. The back of the building is up against this cliff. This cliff, so that would, if the sun was coming the other way, that cliff would block a lot of it. This cliff actually goes all the way up and leads to the castle. This cliffside is like the large rock that the castle is built on. So you guys are sort of like on the edge of it, close to the slums, but not exactly in the slums. So yeah, you would go out here to sunbathe. That makes sense. And yeah, probably have to be careful. Give me a dexterity check, acrobatics, as you make your way out here over this flower bed that Pepper works on.
Is it time for my nat 20?
Is it time for my nat 20?
Oh my god, it's my nat 1, but it's an 11.
It's an 11. Well,
I can't do charisma. I can't do acrobatics. These are my specialties.
Dude, you rolled a 1?
Yeah.
You have lucky if you want to use one of your lucks.
Yeah. Why are you saying that?
Yeah, right.
Jay is young.
Why are you saying that?
That feels like bait.
Didn't you say we're not gonna get a
Up to you. What would you like to do?
No, it's okay. She's a sleepy girl. She's just having her lazy morning. I guess she's just not fully awake yet.
Digging in the pot
you get up there as you like open the window. You go to climb out, and you accidentally one of your heels hooks onto this flower bed. I need you to give me a dex saving throw.
How about a nat 20?
Nat 20. Very good.
27. 27.
There you go. There you go.
Crazy, dude.
God, what's going on?
You as your heel gets stuck in it, you do twist and almost fall off the roof, but you're able to catch yourself and balance yourself, and you get up and you're like, okay, I'm fine. Didn't fall off the roof. Didn't break the planter. No. You did tear up a bunch of these flowers, though.
I kind of not really fix them, but kind of try and pat them back in, or lift up the ones that have kind of fallen over.
Give me a deception check. We'll say this is deception as you are putting flowers back into place. And
what the? 26.
You
26.
For later.
Rearrange the flowers, so anything that you tore up it's just covered and you stuffed stuff back in the dirt.
That's our 7th nat 20.
Later, Pepper's gonna wonder why one of her plants just mysteriously died, and she's like, I watered it. I don't know what happened. But what she doesn't know is that it got basically carved out from beneath the roots, and it's just sort of sitting in the soil. She'll never figure that out, though.
A little more water.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Perfect. I want everybody to know. Some people say it's stupid to make your players roll for things that don't matter, but I think sometimes this stuff is funny as hell. Okay.
Listen, if I hadn't rolled those nat 20s, I could have fallen off the roof and died. So
you could have, yeah. Who knows?
We are.
So you get your sunbathing. Una, is there anything you want to do this morning?
Yes. Okay. Is that table to the top left-hand corner, the northwest corner? Is that what I think it is? Like the different stuff?
I don't know what you think it is.
Oh, okay. There should be a missing spot that says someone's name. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, not off the top of my head. If you want, we can come back to it later, though.
Yeah, we can come back.
Okay.
That sounds great. So, my question is, from what I messaged you, it's not... Actually, I got it. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I will take a walk outside to where Sly is practicing. And, just casually yeah, I'm gonna go to where Sly is practicing. Yeah. Hello,
Got it.
Pepper. Good morning.
Good morning, Una.
Yes, amazing frying you're doing there.
It's baking this time. You'll get it eventually.
Bacon you're
Yep.
doing. Amazing. As they close the door. And
She just
then
shakes her head.
I'm just going to kind of like say, hello, Sly. Good morning. What are you
Good
doing?
morning. Training.
Well, where are you throwing that? As you, one of your daggers you throw at this dummy, and you see Una say, "Wait, why? What? Hold on." As they kind of like scurry over to this little scarecrow, and they start pulling out your daggers and pulling out like anything that you've thrown at it.
Yeah.
They kind of like dust it off, and you're just wondering what they do until they take the top of the head and they twist it around, and you're going to see Lucian's face on the dummy.
Like a drawing?
Why is that?
Yeah, like a drawing
there?
of Lucian's face. Yeah, at least the best they could do.
Just give me a sleight of hand check, and you can add your charisma, Una.
Yay. Okay, 1 second.
We're gonna see your drawing skills.
I can add my charisma.
Yes.
20.
Okay. I got a 15.
Yeah, it is very clearly like there's the mask there, there's the scowl, there's a little bit of stubble, some scars. You can definitely tell this was meant to be Lucian at one point.
I didn't put this out here to practice. That's why we have the practice range behind you. This is for hugging. This is for remembering. This is how we heal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As they say that, they brush off the dust and say, "Hey," to the scarecrow. "Hey, well, legends never die, right?" And they give him a hug.
Sly is horrified and walks up and just silently and slowly takes her daggers from you that you pulled out of the dummy and
Freely takes it.
Yeah, she's gonna just
it's a-
holster them and go, I'll make sure to use the range from now on. Sorry
Oh, no.
doing for that.
No, you were practicing, and I'm sure he would want that too. It's not like it would affect him in any way, right? He can take it.
I'm gonna go get breakfast. And she's gonna rush past you to go into the kitchen. And
Soon his head turns.
Hey, kiddo, who's ready for practice? Okay.
I grab a muffin. Anything that's ready, anything that looks ready, I'm just gonna grab it.
Yeah.
Thought we were gonna practice. I was gonna show her my new spells.
Later, sorry.
Okay.
And it's just gonna have a mouthful of something and walk into the common room where that
Good morning,
package
Seer.
would be. Ah! Oh! Hi, stranger. Yeah. Wow. You are just okay.
I don't know what that means, but question: why do you call me stranger?
Well, because I don't know you.
We've been working together for a few weeks. You've not exactly tried to get to know me much. Is this about our agreement?
Kind of. If you get to know me any more than you do, you're not going to want to uphold your end of the bargain, tell you what. but I'd like to get to know you some. I know it would put Aaren at ease if at least someone knew that you weren't a bunch of,
No.
smoke.
Oh. Well, I ask away, I suppose.
Great. How old are you?
Well, as James pulls up his notes.
Unfortunately, Sly is always on rapid fire mode.
I am 225 years old.
Okay, is that old for your family?
No.
Oh, okay. You're young. Got it. And
Well,
you're not young?
I would say it's more middle.
You're middle-aged?
Don't say it like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were old. I like to talk to my elders with a certain type of respect.
Okay,
My
too
mother
far.
taught me, listen, hey, it's fine. You can be old. We still respect you. So you're
Thank you.
old, and why do you whittle?
It's a hobby I picked up from my brother, actually.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
One brother, one sister.
And they're both still okay? Oh.
No, they're not.
She's going to nervously eat a bit of the pastry, whatever she scooped from in the kitchen, and go, I'm really sorry to hear that.
You didn't know. It's okay.
But that's why I asked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened. So what are you doing in... Well, if... I guess, like, my general question is why?
Why?
Why you, mostly?
Well, when a mommy satyr and a daddy satyr love each other very much, sometimes they, I believe you said, copulate.
How old do you think I am?
Well, I watched you deliver the word of horny to Soggy, so I
was
know you're at
helping.
least... Yes, you were. If you could just rephrase your question, I suppose.
Okay, fine. No one I know has been barging down our very well-made door to get a chance to put their lives in danger with a bunch of spirits and paranormal entities. You said yes after knowing me for 45 seconds. Why would you do something so ludicrous, dangerous, reckless, impulsive? And honestly, glad you're here. Prefacing this upcoming part with glad you're here, stranger. Stupid.
Well, Seer, I dealt with a lot of loss. And I saw how much good you were doing, as you also did not abandon Byron down in those crypts. You stood and fought as well. And not knowing many people here, I was given an invitation to join you side by side, and thus your success is very important to me, and so is your safety.
Can I please, Your Honor, do an insight check here to see if I believe the stranger in front of me at this moment?
Yes, but I have a question first for a different player. Is Aaren eavesdropping any of this?
No, I don't think Aaren would have gone back upstairs. I think he probably...
This is downstairs. This is that's
right
why I
there in the
asked, because it's
kitchen.
right where you were. Just a moment ago.
No, because I think she would have ran by, and I still think
he probably went to go talk to Una and then would have to hear this whole entire explanation, this awkward explanation about Lucian's face being on this.
Okay.
And then
so you guys are talking, and
he'll
you
still
see
glances, but
this
like he's like
exchange
really
happening.
like this is off-putting. Like,
So you drew a face on? Okay.
Is the
Yes.
downstairs window open or closed?
This window
The front
is
of the house.
Oh, the front of the house.
Oh no, there's not another window on that side. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Well,
Not- I
there's
can't hear anything.
windows. Una's window can open, but these windows are all like sealed. They're
I
like
was making sure I
defender.
couldn't hear anything up where I am.
No,
but I wouldn't
probably
be able
not.
to get that far.
yeah. So Aaron will take note that they're
Yep.
talking through the window, but
Got it.
he's-
So, Sly,
Preemptive.
go ahead. You can make an insight check if you would like. And Zoraius, roll either persuasion or deception. You need not tell us which.
It's a nat 20.
Dude,
Alrighty.
this is crazy.
The nat 20s today are ridiculous.
Ooh.
Oh my god. And a 19.
Now that-
Oh my god!
Plus my modifiers, but a natural 20 is pretty fucking hard to beat.
So it would be a
let's say
total of a
25.
29 for Sly.
Ooh, yeah, you beat me by 5.
What the hell?
Nothing I've said has been a lie.
Okay. Okay. You are the second person in the last like 12 hours. No, like 16 because Danica too, to bring up loss and how much it can sculpt a person and what it means to carry that with oneself. And Sly has been very fortunate to experience very little of it, but she sees it in you. And I think she hops up on the table and kind of like stomps across a couple of the papers right over to you. And she has her hands on her hips, and there's like bits of like apple crust that she split with the axe beak, and there's a dagger in her offhand because she was throwing it outside before she ran away. And she goes, I believe you. And I think Aaren is gonna like you when he believes you too.
I appreciate the sentiment. Why did you have to walk across the table to make your point, though?
Oh, this is this new thing I'm trying out where I come at somebody eye level and I say what I mean. No apologies, pleases, stutterings, or ums. It's a practice technique to get my confidence across as the seer. It's to up my intimidation and persuasion. What do you think?
I think it's working.
She leans in close and goes, you bet your ass it's working. And then she hops down off the table and goes, okay, breakfast.
Yes, breakfast.
Okay, you guys have breakfast outside. Let's go over here. Outside, Fable, as you are up there catching some sun, you see approaching the place is Byron. Hey, you get locked out again?
No. Did you?
Rude. As he goes toward the door and starts knocking.
I'll climb in the window at that point. I'm sure
Okay.
someone will get to the door before me. I'm not gonna rush down there. But
I'll rush to get it. If I hear anyone knocking, Sly's
Yeah.
like sprinting to get the door.
Okay, yeah, you open the door, panning back down here. Yeah, you open the door, and you see it's Byron. Hey, just coming, what you all up to today?
Good morning, good sir. We are up to breakfast.
What's the box?
To be discovered as a team. We didn't want to open it without everybody here. And she points to the note and like taps the part that says everybody here and then points at him and goes, we couldn't open it until you got here.
Okay. Well, I taught Aaren identify, so he can probably take a look at it.
We're gonna open it together after breakfast. Mom,
right.
Byron's here! At the top of her lungs.
You guys all come together. You eventually have breakfast. Is there anything anyone wants to do that's notable so I don't spend a bunch of time having us just talk about what breakfast is like? Okay.
Nope.
Just making sure. All right. You guys have breakfast. You get some exercise. Actually, Byron wouldn't be sitting at the table. Una would be sitting at the table. Of course, with cups of water in front of them. Aaren would be here. I'm not sure. I think Sly would be here. I don't know if I have all of that right, but that'll do. And then Byron sitting in the spare chair.
Where are we?
Wait, where are we?
Oh, sorry. Dodoy.
I bet it's beautiful.
I thought you were just waiting for the big reveal so we could see
Yeah,
it.
my bad.
I love this. Yay for us.
Come on,
Yeah.
Byron. Pull up a seat.
That feels right. Yeah,
Yeah,
where's
that
Byron
does
go?
feel right.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
Byron's
sitting in a chair.
He's
that's
in a
further.
chair.
Okay.
Byron
that's up
stands
against
in
the
the
wall.
corner.
Yeah,
Not
no, he's
the-
in a chair.
Never mind.
And at some point after cooking breakfast for everyone, Pepper would come out and enjoy her tea sitting over here in the big chair.
Yeah.
Thank you, sweetheart. All right.
Thanks,
So,
Mom.
first order of business, we have what is this? A package? Fan
It's not
letter,
weird
fan
that
mail.
Lucian is on the Scarecrow. I
We
just want
will have
everyone
that
here to know
conversation.
that.
We will table that conversation for later. Now, let me identify this real quick.
You cast Identify. The box.
Is
and its
that what Aaren does to cast it? I just want to know.
He
The
massages
box
his
and its
titties.
contents have only just a little bit of illusion magic on it. From what you can tell, the illusion magic is this thing will essentially make noises. It will certain stimuli will get it to say things.
Delusion magic.
So
Certain
it's safe.
stimuli will get it to say things. I mean, or, I don't know. Find out.
Okay.
It's not booby trapped.
Okay. And a little disappointed Sly will open it.
Opening it up, you see this. It is a doll.
I'm sorry.
It's a doll. I told you there was childish
No.
handwriting, and it said, "For all you've done."
What kind of doll, George? I don't like it.
It
Yeah, I don't
is
either.
a like plushy
You better
kind of
not.
doll. It's got like little wooden hands.
I'd like to ready an action.
Is it on the screen with us?
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, it's right in front of you.
I
George-
don't like. Okay.
Can I ritual cast detect magic?
Yes,
Megan?
you detect there's illusion magic on it. It's able
On
to
the
make
doll.
illusions of
Okay.
like a voice.
Can I read the card that came with it? I know it. You said it said thank you for all you've done. That's all it says.
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
like very, like the letters are written sort of like, like lines crisscrossing. And the packaging looks like, it doesn't look neat, like the wrapping and all that.
Yeah.
This looks like maybe a kid possibly from the slums might have put this together.
I am like a little taken aback by it because I'm very scared of traps. But I see nothing insincere about this gift. And so I'll tell the rest of the table, well, this is nice. And it's my first thank you gift. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. But it's my first anonymous thank you gift.
Okay.
So we should probably put it where everyone can see it.
In a
all the
lead
time.
box.
No,
2
on
feet
the
on the
mantle.
ground.
On the
Oh, okay.
mantle.
All right, gotcha. Can I make an Arcana check to see if there's like any way to like activate it, or if there's any like other features to it?
Yeah,
you
you
said
pick
you
it
get it
up.
to speak.
Like if you like hold its hands, it's like, I love you.
Aaren, I think that would make really good fire kindling.
No, that's not kind.
You're not wrong. I mean, also, you know, MaeLeFay has, you know, he needs
You're
toys.
holding it, and it's like,
Familiar
can I get
needs
a
toys.
hug?
No, you cannot. And he gives it back to Sly.
Sly puts it up on the mantle.
Oh dear. All
Oh,
right.
we have to name her.
Do we?
Unless she has a name. Do you have a name?
Doesn't respond.
Okay, we have to name her.
Right. So, first order of business: sword upstairs, cursed, or on the mantle that's over there. I forget where we placed it.
No,
but
it's upstairs.
Sword's cursed. It's upstairs.
Yeah,
that's what I
this is
thought.
just a dagger
Thank-
and a picture of Lucia.
Thank you, Pepper.
You put the doll
have
next
so
to a
much
picture
stuff.
of Lucia.
Right. So, the sword upstairs is cursed. I don't know if somebody wants it, but you probably want to remove the curse first because there's a spirit inside of it. Trust
I
me,
can do
talking
that.
swords aren't, you know, it's not for everybody. But with that being said, first order of business, it seems that there is still something going on at the docks that we just left yesterday. That was one of the news clippings that we had to investigate. So there still is that to be had, and I know everyone wants to investigate what's happening with the ball. So that is another option as well.
Well, the prince can keep his balls for all I care. I throw the book of magical diseases on the table. I tried to get through this last night, and it nearly bored me to death. Perhaps one of you can take a look at it.
I'll take it. And I'll save it for reading later.
You can do it now if you want.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll start
Zoraius
reading.
probably
I can help
like
with
gives you like a little bit of what they read. Give me, you can do medicine or arcana.
Okay. That is a 17.
17. You saw what Zoraius read, essentially that the a magical disease could be an act of some kind of divine, or it could be made via curse, or it could be made by essentially arcane invention, meaning wizards can do a bunch of magic to manipulate a disease and essentially make something that is magically resistant. So this
Right.
would be like a bacteria cell with several enchantments on it. This is stuff that's been theorized. It would take extremely high-level magic to do that.
let
Gotcha.
me ask you: do you relay that to the group?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so then Aaron's gonna lean over to Byron. Let me ask you a question. Around how long ago did the foundation dissolve? And does that match up with around when the slum rot started appearing?
No, it's foundation went away. Let's see. Give me one moment, actually. Foundation went away around like 20 or 30 years ago. Well, like more like 30. But no, slum rot. There were traces of it before that. It took a while to really grow into a problem, but it was around. I think Fable found a book yesterday about that, right?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
And Fable, you recall that in your book, this was during the years the Foundation was open. Aneta was researching into slum rot at the Foundation. So this was something like one of her principal studies that she was doing there.
I will only slightly begrudgingly relay that information to the group.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, okay, we can rule out the Foundation being the creators of it. Does anybody else here at the table know of any other secret wizard cabals? No?
Cabals.
Anyone?
Wizard cabals.
Yeah, that's what
I do. No.
Is it the same ones that
Did
I from the crypt that I stole the cursed sword from? Maybe
The curse? What?
the cursed sword that I stole, the crypt I stole it from. There was a memorial to a group of wizards or mages.
Yes.
I struggle to remember the name of that group.
It was
but I remember
It was the Foundation.
Okay.
The Mystics Foundation.
Yeah.
And yes, many people had died there when the school burned down. I'm gonna say Aaren, Una. I'm gonna say everybody here give me insight checks.
Who's gonna roll the 20?
Not me.
I hope it's me.
8.
It sure ain't me. 9.
Where'd
It's
the
taking a
spell
while.
go, everyone?
Mine's blocked.
I got
don't actually see
25.
Oh,
Every
shit,
time
I
we're
got
doing
25.
something important. Okay.
Una and Sly, you both clock when Aaren has his back to his back to Byron as he says that. Does anyone else know any secret cabals of wizards? And you see Byron sort of slouch in his chair and for a good minute doesn't make eye contact with anyone here.
I slide my gaze over to Una and then back over to Byron.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing, mimicking you in the same regard.
Hey, Byron.
Hey,
Ah.
Byron.
What's up?
Secret cabal.
Do you know any magical or wizard secret cabals?
Yeah, do you know any secret magical cabals?
Come on, Byron.
Byron, we see you together with all 4 of our eyes, and we see that you are
Sly, you can make
clearly...
persuasion or intimidation. You can do so at advantage as Una, in whichever direction, is helping.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, that's the first one is a 15. Yeah. Oh, I can push it. Okay, I'm gonna push it with my psionic. Oh, yes. Okay, so here's how I would like to flavor this. I want my eyes to spark with that psionic purple as I get up on the table and lean forward and look at Byron with my little crazy eyes.
You get up on the table, Fable, as you're sitting there. Sly comes marching past you to lean on the edge of the table.
Byron,
Oh,
you have to tell us you're part of the group.
And also, we just got you 2 promotions basically back to back between
My
saving the
fist
city.
comes out for cahoots.
If you do not cahoots the Seer, Byron, I will have to bring out the claw.
Oh, I have to
okay,
roll.
first of all, I don't answer to any of you here, okay? I answer to the king. And
You aren't answering anything.
I answer to the king. And you all, you are subjects of the king. So, if I'm told I'm not to share certain things, I can't do it. But
Byron,
I
are you
will
freaking
say,
out right now?
before you get any crazy ideas, the group I'm thinking of wouldn't be involved in something like this.
What group would that be, Byron?
And what makes you so sure of that?
It doesn't make sense for them to. That's not...
You mean to tell me that this group would have absolutely 0 benefit of a mass group of less off individuals suffering?
Make
Sounds unlikely.
persuasion for me.
Damn. 10.
Can I help in this moment?
How do you want to help?
I think I kind of like stand up and try to go over to him and just go, listen, I take it from my own background. I know what it's like not being able to say or name names of certain organizations, even if they wouldn't intentionally create something as terrible as the slum run. We just need to know something about people who are powerful enough to do something like that. If this even is the way it was created.
Just covering bases, Byron. That's all.
Go ahead and make your persuasion check one more time. We'll consider it at advantage.
Okay, come on, +6. Finally! My natural 20 this second.
Yes! That's a great way to end it right there, dude.
After the Mystics Foundation burned down, well, there were some wizards who they needed resources, and they were taken in, and they were put to work on things, but the work they do is for the king. So unless you have a good reason to think the king would spread a disease among his own people, which is ridiculous, considering how many things the expenditures the guard has to do to put quarantines in place and get rid of the dead and things like that.
All things that could gain public favor.
Not exactly.
Public favor?
What I'm trying to say, in what pertained to what I was trying to say earlier, is that even if they weren't intentionally trying to do something like this, when you're playing gods, mistakes can happen. That's what I'm trying to say.
And I'm telling you, the timelines don't add up.
Okay.
But I told you, the Mystics Foundation burned down after this thing came around. These wizards didn't get employed by the king until sometime around then. So, unless they did something to it after, but it was resisting magical cures and things like that, healing magic, but well before.
I'm sorry. Rewind. What? No. Do you have the name of this organization, Byron, so we can stop referring to them as the King's Wizards or the Royal Wizards? We don't want that kind of affiliation while we're doing our research.
I don't think they had a name.
Plot
it
opens
wasn't
up.
Talked about. And look, I've already said too much, but I'm just letting you know that that's...
I get you.
That's not... That has nothing to do with this.
All right, it's all right. It's all right. Everyone, give him some space. Back up.
Aaren, make an insight check.
That's an 8.
You hear what he's saying. Something about it doesn't sit right with you, but you're not sure why.
And I don't want to push it any further and make things more awkward. So I think he's just gonna... All right. We still have plenty of other things to investigate.
Una would like to walk over to him and stand right in front of his face and say, would you describe any single person a part of this group so that we know where to keep our distance and make sure that, you know, if we can ever speak to them in some way that we know who we should and should not speak to. Could you do that?
I can say fairly certainly they're all dead. They're not a concern for you, not anymore.
It's a lot of certainty, Byron.
I know that much. Look, if you think it might be magical, though, there's a chance Anetta there's a chance that Netta might have learned more about this, or maybe someone in her department had some involvement in this. If the Sunrot, I mean. And if that's the case, I mean, the one thing we can do is go to the Mystics Foundation, see if we can find anything.
Have we met above game? Have we met Anetta before?
Anetta is the bone collector.
Birdman.
Oh, yeah, and she's in the cards.
Yeah.
All right. Let me think here. What's the likelihood of us being able to access those things without the king's permission?
Not likely yet, but maybe a little more likely if we can get a certain bowl up and running.
Well, they're
Like
distracted.
I pitched. Well, what about what I pitched earlier?
Which was?
And then I open up a psychic connection with you, and I say, we go to the prince and ask him to officially reinstate the foundation or a form of a mystic investigation unit, and we lead it.
I don't like the prince.
I mean, I could spearhead that one if you want.
This is Aaron's, so
Oh,
Aaron
sorry.
can only do one person at a time.
Some,
Well, that's what I would say.
some sixth sense in Fable, like head perks up
Prince?
as you psychically say Prince.
My cat ears.
Yeah.
I'm making a face and I'm not hiding it at all, but I do hop down off the table because I'm not trying to intimidate or persuade you. So I hop down. I go, I don't like the prince.
Neither do I, but it is an option that allows us to cut directly through the red tape.
We've already been cutting through the red tape. We went straight to the sky.
Exactly, but this is the sort of red tape where if we start stepping in the wrong places, we get on the king's bad side.
What if
Especially if he is responsible for these things or someone under his employment are responsible for these things.
Which is ridiculous. Again.
Mentally?
Oh, sorry. She went out of mental, so I didn't know.
Why is everyone talking out loud? We're having an intense staring contest.
Okay, it's getting kind of awkward.
So we're all, I was gonna say we're all
gonna-
just standing there. It's just silent.
Well, look, as you guys are having this conversation, what about, what else are we looking into? Anything else, other leads?
Sly snaps out of the mental link, like anything to get away from the conversation of working with the prince, and will
Docks.
immediately go,
What about the docks?
Yes. What about them?
Yes, the docks.
Something about the waves.
They're wishy-washy or something.
Do we have to do the docks?
Yes.
you
To
don't
me,
like
that
water?
is more. I think
Not a
us.
big-
Oh, you
working
probably
with-
can't swim, can you?
No, actually, not very well at all.
That makes sense.
Wait, you can't swim?
No, exactly, yeah.
He's got
That-
hooves.
That is so sad.
I don't want to swim.
That's very sad.
I don't think we'll
No
have
one-
to swim.
No one
will
said
we?
anything about swimming. I just said we go by the docks.
You said something
I
about
can
waves.
teach you.
What's going on?
Well, there was something in the report. If we pull up our investigation board, as you can see
certainly.
right here.
Yep.
We're going to take a look at this. I spent a lot of money on this thing. So, on to the left right here.
There we go. 1 second. Yeah. Waves rock city docks. An excess of rough waves crashing against the city docks have done its toll on shipping this past 10 day, with several vessels damaged and 3 sailors missing, having been likely swept away by rogue waves hitting the harbor. Shipping by sea has never been very reliable, with many sailors putting the blame on the currents of the region, making navigation particularly difficult. But now, with waves causing trouble even in the harbor, the dockmaster suggests people be prepared for more late or lost shipments than usual.
So, And the reason why I think we should go for this is because one, we just dropped a bunch of rocks inside of the water, which is not going to help. Two, we would gain more favor with the people by helping them get their packages and food on time. And three, it shouldn't be more than just a quick trip to figure out what's going on with those waves.
Bam! And she slaps a card into the center of the table, and it's the Drowned Rebel card. And
okay, one moment.
She just...
Yeah, all the graphics.
Sorry, Joey.
All
No,
the graphics.
that's fine. Okay.
You know, we need to bring back that person from season 1. Do you remember that? Do you remember my friend who had the cart? We should talk to him.
It's just because I remember the art exactly. Looks like this, and I was like, oh, the waves, the water. Like I know this card. This one is one that like sticks with Sly a lot. And this may not be the right card, but she goes bam anyway, as if it is.
There we go.
And George, could I
reasons.
simultaneously daydream about Lorcan? Could we get him on screen too?
No.
Damn.
Lucian would have loved this adventure. Anyways, so what do you all think?
If I promise you don't have to swim if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Do we know who this lady is?
In all of my reading up on the deck, did any of them come with like specific names? I think for the most part we've had to like research as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I know anything about her other than this sparked something in me when we were talking about the docks and the waves.
Byron's going to do a history check.
Yeah. Can I give him guidance on that if I see him actually pulling out something to look through?
Yeah, he looks at it and he's actually trying to like just remember stuff. What's guidance give?
D4.
Okay. As a 14.
Okay.
Remember something about someone being buried like that. I don't know.
Awesome. Well,
Feels specific though. Pretty horrible way to die.
Yeah.
is there any like records of old forms of torture or punishment for rapscallions or pirates back in the day?
Aaren, you can give me a history check. And Una, you can give a history check.
Yeah, because I think Una would speak up a lot here.
I am going to
I have one in his
spend one of my second wins to do.
Una, you can do yours at advantage because of your nautical information.
Tactical mind, so I'm gonna add a D10 to this roll.
Okay.
I mean, I just got an 11, but also
So it's 19 now.
19. What'd you say, Una?
I say I got an 11, but I think I might want to speak on.
Yeah, you can speak on if you
What
know
this
something
card-
in character.
Yes, exactly.
Go for it.
Hey, Zozo, I definitely think that we should practice swimming together, and I don't mean that to be humorous or terrifying. I know it can be scary, but I've seen something like this happen. And I don't. And if you could imagine, Una kind of like imagines and envisions like Zoraius's face on this like card. Like kind of just like quickly thinking about like how this person doesn't know how to swim, seeing this card, And then after that flash, they get kind of shaky with their voice. And then Una will be like, we'll say, this isn't... This might be my most... Is the word triggered? Painful memory. This invokes so much hurt and sadness that I don't want to see this fate upon any of you. I've seen it already, and even if I can swim as fast as I do, even if I'm there when you need me, I might not be able to save you. So this... And kind of like, then at that point, it's going to click. I found...
Give me one moment. As you are going through that and you're explaining this, Aaren, your history check, you remember something. You remember hearing a story when you were young about this person. You remember this story about this person? It was a ship captain who was sort of cruel and merciless, and at one point, it is said that they were buried alive. And the name starts to come to you. Something with the word stone.
Stone. Yeah, it reminds me of an old story back then. But what were you about to say, Una?
You said what?
You mean Ingrid Stone?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, we tell
That's
stories.
the
about
one. And as they say this, Una, you only ever remember the name as it floods back to you. And in that moment, you feel like that statue, that man you saw this morning or yesterday, that man you saw pulled in under the waves. You feel that as suddenly you are pulled back into memories. And we will stop there, because when we continue next week, we will start with what Una remembers. So get ready for trauma! Yay!
On this show? That's crazy.
On this show?
Guys, you're about to get
In
you're
this
about to get
economy?
Una backstory next episode. Get ready. Get ready. You are not ready.
I'm sat.
This feels like the calm before the storm. I love it.
The name of the episode.
That's a good one. I'm gonna use that. I like that. Guys,
This one's so nice and calm, guys. Let's remember it.
This was wonderful. We have a wonderfully creepy episode filled with trauma next week to go into. Very excited for that. Yeah, I think you guys made some progress today, and you guys got to check out your incredible new home. Once again,
Our home's so perfect.
let me just-
Our home's so perfect.
Enjoy, Grace.
Thank you so much, Grace.
And George.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this
this
is
is so
amazing.
cool.
Hey, look, I did the doors and the lighting, like to get the lights to work.
Hey, shout out to the doors. We used them.
Hey,
Yeah, but
A
you
whole
know,
bunch.
I'm
Grace
not
did
gonna
so
shut that
much.
out. I tripped out the window. Something's
yeah.
wrong with that window.
Something's wrong with that window. That guys, this is awesome. Please decide what name you're gonna give the doll.
Yes.
And we will be back next
Lucian.
week.
No, Lucy.
Lucy. Oh my God, Lucy. It's perfect. It's perfect. Lucy, it is. So
wrong
with
with
you
you
people?
I hate the emphasis on this doll.
that is all for us tonight. However, we are going to be back on Sunday for a new episode of Defenders of Phandelver. The party there, they just leveled up to level 3. They're still babies, but they're getting there. But they just leveled up to level 3.
I remember when I was level 3.
They have just completed a mission. They're coming back to town. I have so many wonderful things planned for them. Very excited for that. And so that's going to be Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. GMT. If you're in Europe, this is the show for you to watch. And of course, as always, or not as always, but as a reminder from what we talked about at the beginning of the episode, we have been nominated for the Crit Awards. So please,
yes, we have.
If you can, go ahead. Where is it? Here it is. Go ahead, scan this QR code, and go vote for us. We have been nominated in the following categories: Best Upcoming Twitch Channel, Forgotten Adventures, Best Series, Fears and Fortune, that's what you're watching right now, Best Lyrical Song of the Year, our wonderful intro, which you will also hear the outro version of in just a moment, and of course, Best Player in D&D, our wonderful Meadow, HowdyLoveDarlin, who, really making Sly go through the emotions.
That's our Seer.
That's our Seer.
We're gonna name our firstborn after you.
Real quick, we
Yeah.
have to give a shout out to Arcane Adam,
Yes.
our very own Lucian, nominated for Best
Arcane
Villain
Adam,
at the
baby.
Crit Awards.
Yeah, not for Lucian. Lucian wasn't a villain.
Oh no,
But for a different channel he's
our
on,
Lucian,
he got nominated for Best Villain. Kudos to him.
showing
Hey, we're just glad he was on our side while he was here. But yeah, so check that out. It's all over at the Crit Awards. Here is that QR code one more time, and we really appreciate it. And of course, if you like the show, talk to us on Discord or go check us out on YouTube. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Every single bit of support you can give, whether it's telling people about the show or commenting to help the algorithm, it helps, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be back next week. And again, thank you to Android Grace for the amazing map, and thank you to our wonderful patrons at Forgotten Adventures for making this happen. That's all, guys. Have a good night. Bye. And
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
music. Here we go.
Episode.
Away in your mind. Fear is how it starts. Unsure what you'll find. It could tear you apart. You take a leap of chance. You break your mother's oath now. Macabre is the dance. And set free are the ghosts. Will a card save us here? Will it spell out our dooms? Only one thing is clear. We face fears and fortunes. Fears and fortunes, the cards don't ever lie. There's only 14 ghosts, but a million ways to die.